Hi crafters, Karen here, and in today's video it's all about the Oh So Inspired collaboration. For March, we were inspired by Christina P, and I'll share that piece with you in just a minute. As you know, this is a collaboration, so make sure you check out the team's take on how they were inspired this month. You can click on the hashtag you see in the title. YouTube hashtags have been a bit wonky, so if the hashtag doesn't work, click on the playlist link in the description box. As always, you will have the option to play along with us, and we really hope that you do. If you do choose to play along, please use the hashtag #IwasOhSoInspired, and we will be able to see what you created. So let's get started. Here are some of the materials I'll be using to create today's card. You see the Simply Diamonds by Pink Fresh Studios, that's the die on the left. I am also using the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Mowed Lawn. And I also have a stamp set from Close to My Heart, and that is called Friendship Bouquet. And then I'm also using some miscellaneous sentiments, and you'll see these again later on. To give you a quick glimpse of the inspiration piece by Christina, this is the piece we were given. What inspired me from this piece was the die cut you see here in the corner of the image. I actually have this die set, as I just shared, and it's called Simply Diamonds, as I mentioned before, by Pink Fresh Studios. My first thought was I wanted to have one large diamond as my focal point with a stamped image. I decided to use the die as a cover plate, which acts as an embossing folder. I used my Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock, and after running it through my Big Shot, this is what the piece looks like when it's used this way. So it acts more like an embossing folder instead of as a die where it would have cut all those diamonds out. Then I took the same die and cut it out using acetate to make a stencil. I apologize for the glare, but hopefully you can see it just as that, a stencil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some ink blending with the Mowed Lawn Tim Holtz Distress Oxide on those diamonds. Now, to help keep the stencil in place, the mint tape wasn't enough to hold it. So I bring in my Make Art Station by Ranger to help hold that stencil in place. The magnets are pretty strong and do help keep that stencil where I need it to be. The center of the stencil was lifting a bit, and that's why I'm holding it with my hand. Working on filling in these diamond shapes with the green Mowed Lawn oxide. And you see me moving the magnets as I need to get to the unfinished diamonds that need to be colored. And again, those magnets are pretty strong, and I was happy that I pulled this tool out to help me with this ink blending. And here I'm finishing up with the ink blending, getting in those little bits so I get all the coloring in that I need to. I remove the mint tape, and here's what it looks like when it's finished. The next step is to create the large diamond that I'm using as my focal point. And for this step, I used my Cricut to cut out both the large black diamond and the 4 small white diamonds. And what I'm doing here is I'm layering the smaller diamonds onto the large black one using repositionable tape, so the diamonds stay in place when I stamp my image. So that's what I'm showing you here, is layering those small pieces, diamond pieces, with the repositionable tape, and then layering it onto the black larger diamond. I wanted that the small diamonds matted, and it worked perfect, and you'll see when you see the stamped image on it. I finished layering those small diamonds onto the large diamond, And you will see near the end of the video that I made 4 cards because I came across 4 stamps that I liked, and since I couldn't choose just one stamp, I went with all of them. Now that the diamond is together, I bring in my stamping platform and I line up the diamond onto the Sizzix sticky mat so I don't need to use magnets. And here I'm using the sunflower with the stem from the Close to My Heart called Friendship Bouquet, as I mentioned earlier. Now this stamp set is no longer available. However, I will always tell my subscribers to check out eBay. They always have retired items. So here I stamp my image using the Black Onyx VersaFine ink, and the stamping platform comes in handy for this because if I need to re-ink my stamp, which you saw that I did, I can go ahead and do that. Now to save time on the video, I did the coloring off screen. I wanted to show you how I created the diamond and how I stamped the image. Now I will start to assemble the card. I will take my ink blended diamonds piece and adhere it to a white card base, which is the 80-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock. The card front is a full A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it will cover the entire front of the card base. Next, I will bring in my diamond and I will add foam tape to the back of that diamond piece. This tape here I get on Amazon, and I actually discovered this through Crafty. She uses the same type of tape and it works great. I really do like it, and it's a great price point too, very economical. So you saw that I burnished the pieces just to make sure that the blue strips will come off easy when I need to take the tape off, the pieces off to adhere to the card. Now here is the sentiment stamp set that I use, and I got this on Amazon and I love it because you get 2 stamps with a variety of sentiments that you can use for any occasion. It also comes with a coordinating die, so you could die cut them out. Now I have a bunch of these already stamped out and I store them in a baggie as I just showed you, and they're ready to go when I need them. So I'm using a big thank you sentiment for this card. I add 2 circle adhesive dots and use my Barely Arts glue for that extra security of the sentiment. I don't want that sentiment to come off, so the Barely Arts glue will ensure that that sentiment will stay put. And then I adhere it to the bottom portion of the diamond. And that is my finished card. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I did make 4 cards because I had difficulty choosing just one stamp. So I went ahead and used all the stamps that I picked out for this specific card. I also used the Salty Oceans Distress Oxide on the other 2 cards. So this is my take on this month's inspiration piece by Christina P. Again, using the Simply Diamonds die to act as a cover plate and making a large diamond with a stamped image as my focal point. Friends, that wraps up another video, and I hope you are inspired to try this inspiration piece. Until my next video, I hope your day is a crafty day.